today's tasty recipe. So let's get started. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Mrs. Dre Food channel. Today my video goes out to my vegetarian subscribers especially. I'm going to show you how to make a Ghanaian spicy vegetable pizza. I'm going to show you how to make your own dough and how to make the tomato sauce. So make sure you don't miss out on this recipe. If you are interested, please keep on watching this video with me and I'll see you next time. Let's get started. You need 600 grams of plain flour, which is also called all-purpose flour. You also need 1 sachet of dried active yeast. 1 sachet is usually 7 grams. You also need 60 ml of olive oil. Every pizza dough needs olive oil. And you also need 375 ml of warm water. You also need half a teaspoon of sugar. You need 1 teaspoon of salt. So now we are going to proof our yeast just to make sure it is still alive. So add 1 packet or 7 grams of dry active yeast into your warm water. And then add half a teaspoon of sugar and mix it well. If it starts foaming after 5 minutes, it means that your yeast is still alive and you can use it. If it doesn't, well, it's dead and you need to buy a new one. So let's wait for 5 minutes. In the meantime, add 1 teaspoon of salt to your flour and mix it well. Next, make a little well in the middle and let's go back and check our yeast. So as you can see, there are bubbles on top of it. It means my yeast is still active and I can use it. The next step is to add the yeast mixture to the flour and add 60 ml of olive oil to it. Next, mix it until a dough starts to form. I'll first start with my spoon and then I will continue manually. So as you can see, I have here a nice sticky dough. And this is my dough here, nice and ready. So now I'm going to dust some flour on my table, put my dough on it, dust a little bit more flour on the dough and start to knead it. So we have to knead it for about 10 minutes, but I'm a bit lazy, so I'll knead it manually for 5 minutes and then I will finish it off in my stand mixer. So feel free to do it or not. If you're happy to knead it for 10 minutes manually, please go ahead. But then I'll use my stand mixer for about 7 minutes. Next, I'm gonna dust more flour on my working table. Put the kneaded dough, again dust some more flour and shape it. So I'm not kneading it now, I'm just shaping it into a nice round ball. Okay, this is a nice round pizza dough. And if you press on it and it burns back, it means that the dough is ready. So the next step is to add some olive oil into a container. Place your dough in it and brush the dough with a bit of olive oil. It will prevent it from sticking when it rises. Next, cover it completely with some cling film and let it rise for about 30 minutes to 2 hours. But I will recommend 2 hours because the more you leave it, the better the taste. Okay, but you can use it after 30 minutes when you see that it has doubled up in size. So let's make our quick tomato sauce. I have here 2 chopped onion, and then I'm gonna add a bit of oil, this is vegetable oil, to my pan and add my 2 chopped onions when the oil is hot. Stir it and leave it on for about 2 minutes. Next, I'm going to add some Italian passata, which is just common tomato sauce. You can also use plum or crushed tomato. It is good. Add it to it, then give it a good stir and leave it to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Don't forget to cover it. Next, I am going to add some Italian herbs. So I'm going to add about half a tablespoon. It really depends on your taste, okay? And then I'm going to add some garlic granules to it, about half a teaspoon, and again it depends on your own taste. Some salt to it, about 1 teaspoon, and then I'm going to stir it and leave it to cook for about 2 minutes. And here comes the spices. This is hot ground pepper, and it is the African one, so it is very hot. So add about half a teaspoon unless you want it very hot, and stir it. Now I'm going to add half of a vegetable cube seasoning to it. So add half of it, or even less if you don't want it too much. Stir it and leave it on for about 4 minutes and keep it aside. So now our vegetables. I have mushrooms, zucchinis. I also have here red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and 1 Scotch bonnet pepper. I also have here some sliced mozzarella. You can add more or less. I have here some feta cheese, and let me show you how it looks like. This is how it is in cubes, and it is usually kept in water. I have here some grated cheddar cheese and some grated mozzarella again. And here I have some Parmigiano cheese. You can get it easily from any supermarket. Just say Parmigiano. I'm going to use some garlic salt, which is garlic with salt, a bit of olive oil. And now let's get back to our dough. So this is it now. So you can see the difference, right? It has doubled up in size. So let's get started. Okay, now there is gas in it, so I'm just pressing it down to remove the gas. And again, we need to sprinkle some flour on our working table and on the dough. Again, make it into a bowl, a little bowl like this, and then I'm going to divide it into 4. So with this you can make 4 pizzas, and you can also freeze those dough. Okay, so use the one you like and freeze the other one and use it whenever you want it. Don't forget to shape it like a ball. And I'm gonna use this one now. So I'm gonna get my pizza baking tray ready, and this is the one I'm using. I'm gonna dust some flour on it and preheat my oven at 190 degrees Celsius. Okay, and next I'm gonna place my dough on it and press it down manually until it gets very flat. You can also use your rolling pin if it's easier for you, but this is how it should look like. You see, it is now very well stretched. So now I'm gonna add my tomato sauce. So add as much as you want, but make sure you have enough tomato sauce on your pizza. It is very important. And then just to give it a bit more taste, I'm gonna add some grated mozzarella cheese on it, directly on the tomato sauce, and you'll see the difference. And next, onto my vegetables. So I'm gonna start with my zucchinis. It is also called courgettes. And then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. Please use different vegetables if you don't like the ones I'm using, but mine is a great combination, trust me. And then I'm gonna add my finely chopped Scotch bonnet peppers. This is very hot. And then my yellow and red bell peppers. And then I'm gonna add a bit of garlic salt to it. and then my Parmigiano cheese, and make sure you add enough of it. It's really nice. And then I'm gonna add my grated cheddar and my grated mozzarella to it, and add as much as you want. And then I'm gonna add my mozzarella slices. So I have grated ones and slices. And then add just a little bit of olive oil to it. Now place the pizza in the middle tray of the oven and bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes. But I'm gonna remove it after about 10 minutes and add my feta cheese to it. But this is just me. You can also add it right in the beginning. And this is it, my friends. This is my perfect spicy vegetable pizza. Wonderful. So now I'm gonna decorate it with some basil leaves, and this is optional, but it just makes it nice. Shall we now cut our pizza and look at this magnificent pizza crust, nicely baked? And I'm gonna show you a close-up of this vegetarian pizza slice. So how do you say it? It's just wonderful, isn't it? Okay, my dear friends, so this is how I make my Ghanaian spicy vegetarian pizza. So I really hope my vegan subscribers are very happy with this recipe, and I am telling you to try it. I am telling you to try it because it is awesome. My husband just loved it, and you know he loves his meat. So thank you for watching this video. Hey, and again, if you are not vegan, you might turn vegan with this recipe. Okay guys, thank you for watching. See you next time. Comment, like and share. Thank you. Bye bye.